What's up, everyone? It's Karthik with Money Vest. This is actually quite brutal here because the NASDAQ futures are down a little bit over 3.5% and continue to sell off. So this right here is the red candle. This is the futures that opened at 6 p.m. Eastern. If you take a look at the S&P 500 futures, also down. Fourth consecutive red candle in a row, down over 1.7%. And if I bring you the Robinhood 24 hours trading overnight to help you understand where individual stocks are trading, and we gotta brace ourselves. We have Apple down over 8% on the day right now. 8%, trading down to $201.44. If I bring you Nvidia, it's now trading under $100 a share at close to 96 bucks. It's down over 10% on a pre-market overnight basis. And then if I bring you Tesla, long behold, because it is now trading under $190 a share, trading down to 9% here on the day. Let's go over to some other companies. Let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon on Robinhood's overnight trading here, down a little bit over 5%, trading down to $159. And then let's take a look at a few more. So let's go over to, I don't know, Microsoft maybe, see how that company is doing. The more I look at these companies, the more brutal it becomes. Microsoft's down 6%. Tomorrow is going to be brutal. Tomorrow is going to be a day where markets are going to absolutely, and excuse my language, shit the bed, because there's going to be a bloodbath across the board for technology, for a lot of individual stocks and the aggregated indexes as well. AMD is down over 7.5% pre-market on overnight trading. If we take a look at, let's say, Meta, so let's see how Meta's doing here on pre-market. We are down a little bit over 6.5% for Meta as well. So most companies are down anywhere between 6 to as much as 12%, with Nvidia, Tesla taking the brunt of that pain and selling off quite aggressively here. And let's take a look at a few more. Let's take a look at where SoFi is trading. Not sure if SoFi is going to be available for this Robinhood 24 hours trading. But SoFi is down 7%, so trading down to $6.14. Let's take a look at Palantir. And Palantir on pre-market right now is down a little bit over 9%, 22.50. There's going to be buying opportunities, folks, left and right. There's going to be buying opportunities showing up in tomorrow's market. And I do believe after such a heavy gap down, it is possible that we do see an intraday reversal on a more technical basis, considering how oversold and how much volatility there's going to be. Volatility isn't open yet, so we are going to open very soon in 2 hours at 3:15 a.m. Eastern. We will open volatility here. The VIX will open, and I'm assuming it's going to open well above 30. My guess is that it's going to open well above 30, considering how brutal the selling pressure is pre-market. But yeah, let's take a look at a few more that are more prominent names in the market. So let's take a look at where Broadcom is trading. So AVGO, also a very, very big company in the US. So we have Broadcom down over 11%. Like, what is going on? If you take a look at SMH, not sure if SMH is going to be available here. The VanEck Semiconductor ETF, it is pre-market going to be down 5.7%. And then if you take a look at QQQs on a pre-market basis, we are down, I believe, a little bit over 3.6%. So NASDAQ 100 down over 3.6% on a pre-market basis. And we've got SPY opening in down, I believe, 1.5%, closer to 2% is what it's going to be down. So 1.8%, just under 2% is how much it is down on a pre-market basis. There's been a lot of chatter going around. The Federal Reserve is going to call an emergency meeting. Let's just also break down the Nikkei. I feel that that's also going to be very important for us, because let's take a look at the Japanese market and how well is that doing. So this right here, of course, last week was pretty brutal, down 7% right now. The markets are open, and this was kind of known. I mentioned this in my over the weekend video, that get ready for a Black Monday or a Monday crash. Now, I don't believe that this is going to accelerate to something crazy, maybe over in Japan, but in the US, and when it comes to S&P, NASDAQ, a 2 to 3% sell-offs. We've seen that before. This is not something new. This is not something that we are experiencing out of the ordinary. We've seen that before, and I also believe that there's going to be buyers stepping in. There's going to be some technical, rebounds along the way, but it's just this video is more of a way to kind of help you brace yourself for what is to come when the markets do open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. There's going to be just a lot of selling pressure across the board. As soon as the floodgates open to the market open here, we're going to see quite an aggressive sell-off. But this is also happening on the back of Nikkei, which is down over 7% on the day here. In just one day, it is selling off quite aggressively, and we are down a little bit over 23%. Now, a lot of people were saying that this Warren Buffett's selling Apple is not going to play a big role in the markets. And I disagree, and I disagreed back then as well, because I do believe the market may have priced in the selling pressure itself, but it's not priced in the sentiment. The sentiment is what drives stock prices, right? It's not really the actual selling or buying. It's sentiment that drives the stock prices, and right now we are seeing the sentiment. If you read the room, I mentioned this in my yesterday's video, if you read the room is pessimistic. The room is very bearish. It looks like I'm literally sitting down with a bunch of bears around me, because that's what the room is. And I'm here to help you understand, to take it easy, relax, take a deep breath. This is normal. I woke up this morning, looked at all these prices, and I was a bit more surprised. Well, not really super surprised. I knew the markets were going to gap down quite heavily, but at the same time, these sell-offs for individual stocks are quite aggressive. I mean, Apple down over 8%, just to give you a little bit of a perspective. At a $3 trillion market cap company, 8% is well over $200 billion, right? So it is closer to $250 billion. If Nvidia is down over 11%, that is also over $250 billion. So that's $500 billion right there between those two companies. Microsoft, Tesla, Meta, Google, you pile on all these companies and you've got a trillion, multiple trillions of dollars worth of sell-off here in the market that's happening. And look, the Federal Reserve has done emergency meetings before. That does not mean they're going to cut rates immediately, right? So if you come over to the FedWatch tool, the markets are very, very optimistic for a 50 basis point cut, or in other words, a jumbo cut, as we've already discussed in our previous video. And look, a lot of it started. There's a lot of different reasons for it. I've done a video on the Japan Nikkei 225. I've done a video on the geopolitical reasons for why the markets may be selling off. I've done a video on the Warren Buffett's selling Apple stock. I've done a video on Nvidia delaying its chips, and that's why it's down over 11%. So there's a lot of reasons why these stocks are selling off. There's always going to be reasons. As Peter Lynch says, there's always something to worry about, and you can always attach a sell-off to a reason. But the idea here is to remain calm, remain rational, remain understanding of the very fact that this has happened before. I mentioned that Magnificent 7 is going to accelerate lower. There's going to be a median sell-off between 19 and 20%. So this is very, very normal and something that we have to understand. This is part of market cycle. Market gets overbought and overvalued, and then they deflate down to something oversold and overdone to the downside. So that's when we can step in, be more aggressive, be a little bit more rational, and understanding of the very fact that this is just a market cycle and we swing between different pendulums from one extreme to the other. And that's what we're experiencing now. But the bottom line is, get ready, folks. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, and this is going to be quite interesting. So hope you all enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Just a little bit of a quick update. Again, I'm here to hold your hand, here to kind of guide you through. Our community is here to guide you through this entire process. And let's do this. I will be live tomorrow. Join us live. Share this live stream. Share this video with other people, other investors, traders who might be interested. But boy, oh boy, it's time to get going here. Volatility is going to be well over 30 when it opens, and the Money Vest Index is really going to get shattered down to like close to 3. I think close to 3 is where we're going to end up here on the Money Vest Index moving forward. So hope you all enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Let's take a quick look on FNGU if it's already live, and most likely it's going to be down 20% or more. So FNGU, we're down 17% overnight. So quite an aggressive sell-off across the board for these stocks and ETFs. Happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.